Folks, welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle, and this is my warehouse. We've been building this business. This is my 5th year doing the business, and it's taken a journey to get here. Like it has been a very long journey. If you are new here, there's been quite a few of you joining over the last couple of weeks. We started out in the thrift shops, we started off at home, then we got a couple of storage units, and we've been in this warehouse for the last 11 weeks. So we're almost coming up to the first 90 days of being in the warehouse, which actually just blows my mind, because to think this is where we are is just, whoo, it's amazing what you can achieve when you put your heart and soul into something. But the whole purpose of these videos is really, number one, I'm documenting my journey. I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle, right? So that's gonna look very different to how you're building yours, but it's to keep myself accountable and to keep me pushing the needle forward. But number two, it's really to just give you guys inspiration, motivation, encouragement, help those that are maybe wanting to do something similar, maybe at a smaller scale or part-time or whatever it may be. I don't have all the answers, but I definitely think there's some value that you can get from seeing what decisions I'm making, what actions I'm taking, how I'm doing things, what I'm looking at doing, and how I continue to grow the business. Now for me, I love this kind of stuff. This is what I absolutely love, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But if you've got any questions, if there's something here maybe you're not sure about, please ask down below. I'll do my best to get back to you. If I don't have the answer, I'll try and tell you who does. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. So really, that's just my chance to give back. But for me, there's been a lot happening in the last, well, almost 90 days. As I said, we moved into the warehouse, and lots has been happening. It is Monday morning, 7 a.m., 28th of April. There is a lot to happen in the next 9 days. It is T-minus 9 days until I actually go away to Singapore for a couple of weeks. I'm going away on a holiday, so I've got a lot to do to get everything ready while I'm away. Now, while I'm away, I'm gonna be putting the store in time away. I will still have some of the team working, doing photos and stuff, but we won't be posting during that time, because it's not actually gonna be a lot of business days. I think it's a total of 9 business days. Then I'm away, then I come back, then I'm here for a week, and then I go again to Retail Fest. So lots of moving and shuffling in May, but you know, we're gonna finish April strong, and then we'll worry about May in May. But there is a couple of things that I need to get ahead of. You know, just finalizing, you know, the latest eBay stuff. We've got to make sure that there's enough washing for my team to do when I'm away. I did some calculations from this week all the way up until the end of May. I basically need to have about 1,200, 1,300 items ready for my team to photo, which is a lot. Like that's a lot. I got to go through here this week and see what we got. Obviously we've got stuff over here, and then I've got all the washing in there. So I'll be making up a lot of washing bags and pushing the washing hard this week. Other than that, the other focus is just continue to process anything over here, get that all done and dusted. This week, I also have a new business meeting they're actually a current customer, current client, but just some new opportunities that have arisen. And it's a sit down to see if we can, open up some new things, hopefully, into the business, which would be absolutely great. That's me. It's been a great weekend. It was a long weekend. We've done a total of last week just shy of $8,000, which is really good. The weekend was pretty rewarding as well. I actually spent some time playing Oblivion Remastered just last week out of nowhere. They released Oblivion 20 years after the first one, remastered it. It's been absolutely fun to play. If you're an Elder Scrolls fan, do let me know down in the comments. I'm just going to get quickly set up, just turn some lights on and get things ready for my photographer to come here, just clean up a little bit of things, just get it out of the way, and then we're going to get into it. We've got to do a pick, pack and post. We've got a lot of items, lots of things happening, but all good things, and we'll get into it. So if you've got any questions, chuck them down below. There's timestamps as well. You can jump on and pick and choose what you want to watch. Otherwise, let's get into the week. Let's do it. All right, team, first order of business is we're going to do a pick, pack and post. I just want to get that, well, at least get all the picking done, because we've actually got 79 total items to pick. We've got, it's about 65 or 66 orders. Let me show you. So it is 65. So it is going to be pretty big to do. We're back on 88,691. We got back up to 89 yesterday, but again, we're still playing against ourselves where we had those really big days. But it would be good to get back over that 90 and retain it. It's, I mean, we're still doing better than ever. Like I'm not complaining at all. April is shaping up to be pretty solid. We're sitting on $28,504. It's the 20th of April, so we've got 3 days left. Today, yeah, it's just 3 more days. And is that right? Yeah. And in doing so, we're currently sitting on a profit of $5,300. We do have a few more expenses to come through, so I think we should land somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 by the end of this week, which will probably be, one of our best profit months that we've ever had. So interesting there, very exciting to see that. But obviously we've got to keep retaining this, keep holding it up, and keep pushing it up. Because it's not as easy as it seems. But yeah, so the first thing actually I'm going to do is we've got about, there's been a backlog of items that, go through the process. We photo them, we wash them, all those different things. We get them to the listing, and then there's an issue with it, meaning the photographer might have forgotten to do the photos or didn't do measurements correctly, or all these different things. There's probably about 60 items that I've just been pushing off all the way back since like March, that I need to pull out, and I actually need to get my photographer to go through and do. So I'm going to actually pull them out today, and that can be part of that backlog of, because there's 60 listings that we just haven't done. So that's a quick win opportunity. I can get them done, they can do the photos of them, and then we've already got majority of this information already listed. We just got to change one photo or add some tags or something. So I'm going to pull that out now, print that off, get that ready for them, and then we'll start a picking process. All right, that took a little bit longer than I expected, but it's important that we get the cleanup. So these are all ones that need to be rephotoed because they're missing like measurements or tags. These ones need to be actually just double checked on things, because it says, well, there wasn't any call outs that there was missing tags, but there's no photo of tags. So it usually means that they've forgotten to call it out, or they cannot find the tags, or they just need help finding the tags. So happens with certain types of models. We find with potentially like a lot of the Lululemon stuff, there's some hidden little dots which actually have all the sizing on it, and things like that. So, I mean, look, we've just been building it up for a while, but there's going to be a good 30 there, and then there was a whole bunch that we had to take out for. I just wasn't happy with the quality of it, so I've removed them. We won't even sell them. So look, sometimes it's just not worth it, because like if it's a $20 item and it's getting listed as fair, like what's the point, right? And ideally we're going to continue to be, like more tough about this, but it just has to trickle down to the rest of the team, and that just takes time, but that's all part of it. So yep, that's all out. They'll do that today or whenever they want to do it. And yeah, I've got to finish making another table. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to just actually start the picking process, because there's a lot, and then we'll get into it. I'm probably not going to film the picking, just want to get things done. Don't want to be focusing on the camera. I'll probably just show you how much we've got at the end, and get it done. All right, we've had a couple more sales come in, but this is everything that we've got going out. We've got 2 boxes here, a box under there, and a big box there. We have sold so many of those sweater knits that we were doing the other day, just heaps. They're actually it's because it's the cold weather. I'm so glad we did it. I also sold all of my Nokia phones, so this bundle, and then there's 2 more bundles, not over there, that I've got to pull out. That went to one customer. He spent like $274 on old vintage Nokia phones. I love it, absolutely love it. All right, we've also got this little Atari, is it Atari? Sega Game Gear going out, and some more of these bad boys. So pretty good. And we did sell Pokemon Ruby as well. That one is on its way out from the video game lot that we got out of the e-waste the other week. So really solid weekend. Actually, for the weekend we did, if I have a look of the actual sales, so we've got 79 orders, and a total of, we did $3,667 over the weekend. All right, this is going to take a little bit. A couple of repeat orders and a couple of multi-quantity orders as well, which is always great. But this will take a little bit of a slog. My photographer will probably be here about 30 minutes, and washing will probably be around the same time. Just got lots going on in my head. Just thinking, it's all good things. All right, team. I'm going to move on to the next thing. I'll probably start to pack these. We also sold these jackets. They're going out as well. I'll probably start to pack these in a minute. I'm just going to do a couple bit more admin, just shuffle some things when the washing comes in so that we can be productive. Yeah. All right, apologies for any confusion where I said about the washing coming. I'm actually just getting washing picked up. It's not getting dropped off. But I've now just flat laid a few more things out for my photographer. So hopefully this will be done today. I'm not sure if that, well, to be honest, they get to choose what they want to do. So usually we get about, on average, this photographer will do about 80 a day on average. So hopefully we'll clear out a lot of this and some space here. And then we can start to use those rolling tables, and the idea is I want to fill this up as much as possible for when I'm away to make sure that they don't have to worry about washing and anything like that. Now, when I've gone away in the past, when I went to the Philippines for 6 weeks, I did have the photographer take over the postage, but because I'm only going to be away for really, a small period of time, they're just going to actually be pulling out stock, putting it in boxes while I'm away, and then when I come back, I can just get straight onto it. But I'd rather than keep doing photos, because I'm still going to be listing while I'm away and just doing a bit of business admin. That's really the priority there. So yeah, all right, that's done. I'm going to start packing this beast. So this was the phones that I was telling you guys about. So they've purchased this big bundle, this bundle, and this bundle, and then just one individual phone for like $40. All of this was over, well, actually, there's multiple orders, so it came to, actually, it's about $350, so very happy with this. This came through last night. All right, team, postage is all done. We've got these 2 big bags and that stuff there as well, so very happy with this. It's just nearly lunchtime, so I'm just going to take a quick break and then get on to the next part of the day, which probably going to take a moment to actually think about what I'm doing next, because 100 things to do. I'll show you in a second. All right, team, just been cleaning up some of the stuff here and some of the stuff left over from last week. So this is just scrap boards, and then I've made another smaller one over there. But then I've also isolated the ones that are worth, selling for parts only. So we've got a whole bunch here that we're going to do right now. I'm going to photo and just get them done. And then I can put them away, and then we'll move on to some other little bits and bobs, just trying to clear this space up. There is a chance that I'm getting the media bins picked up and switched over today as well. So, all right, so I've been taking photos of a whole bunch of different stuff, but the next one is this old PowerBook Mac. Like, this thing is ancient, it doesn't work, turns on, it obviously needs a little bit of love and care to get it to work, but I'm going to sell the accessories a little separate. I will sell this with power, of course, but super cool. I mean, this is way above my time. Jeez. All right, team, we've done a whole bunch of electronics. Finally did the record player, and I did a couple of those old Macs, and also the Denon Blu-ray player as well. My phone's almost dead. I need to charge it, so I'm going to let the photos upload, and while that happens, I'll do a little bit of other things, and then we'll get back to it. All right, team, we've had a few more sales actually come through. Someone's purchased 4 items, someone's purchased 2 items, and then we've sold this little Pentax camera parts only not working. Quick little sell through, but yeah, it was kind of weird. And then we sold another one of those wool sweaters as well, so that's been very rewarding. So I'm going to pack these up now, because while I'm waiting for my phone to charge so I can get back to photos. But there was a question that came through that I did want to answer. Getting in early. Actually, there's 2 questions that I'll probably address. They've come from different videos, but I'll bring them into this video because it's just a bit more relevant. The first one was from Fiona saying, what actual sizes with X amount of stock to work from storage units? So the question is regarding, I'm currently renting a 3 by 1.5 meter for 900 items, both clothing and books. So, I mean, this is very specific. I think one thing you need to look at it is, like, all of this is subjective to depending on what you have access to in terms of, like shelving units and stuff like that. So our shelving units, because we use all exactly the same shelving and we use all of the exactly the same boxes, we know that, basically we have 5 tiers, which means we can get a total of 20 boxes because it's 4 boxes each shelf. So that's 20 boxes. Now, if on average we can get, let's say you know, it might be 10 or 15, let's just say 12. So basically per shelf, we can get 12 times 20. We're going to get 240. It's probably closer to 260 per shelf, and sometimes we can double stack. So we might even be able to get up to 300. Let's just say it's 300. Now, if I know that what you want to work out is measure up these shelving units, and can that fit, you know, on one wall or across, or how many of those shelving units can you fit in? And if you're just doing clothing, well, you'll soon be able to work out on average how many items you can fit in there. If you're doing books and clothing, the books will obviously take up different space, but a 3x1, you know, it's not going to be a lot of shelving units, but that would be the way that I would look at it. And then you can work out how much stuff you can have on stock at a time, and then how quickly you need to cycle that through to be able to replenish it and, you know, turn over the store or turn over the stock before you go buy more stock. So that's probably the way I would look at that. I hope that helps. The other question that came through was, where was it? Maybe I actually didn't, maybe there wasn't. Oh yeah, sorry, there was one that came through from Jade9613. Now this is actually from a couple of videos ago, but it was, how do you source? Do you go out to the thrift store, or do you have a clothing coming to you? How did you get the clothing come to you? And they're also in the USA, and they have a similar operation, just not as big. Okay, so all my sourcing, like 99% of it is coming to me. All my clothing comes to me, whether it's through wholesale, whether it's through bulk buys, whether it's through those kind of opportunities. Whether it's through those kind of opportunities, and I have a few people that I guess you could say kind of pick for me in that sense. But it's not probably, yeah, they're not hand picking. They know that I buy clothing. They reach out to me, they've got some stuff, we do a deal, etc, etc. The wholesale stuff, that works a charm for me because I can pick up the phone and just order. I have that both, I purchase international, I purchase interstate, and I purchase just local. How do I get the clothing come to me? They ship it, send it, post it. Some people do drop it off. But yeah, that's the way I've gone about it. And it's just really about building those relationships, building the ongoing relationships that people meet your requirements, meaning what do you want? Do they have it? Does it meet your price points and all those different things? But yeah, that's been really great for our business. Obviously it makes our margins way lower, but it's worked really, really well in terms of trying to grow and scale. Great questions. All right, team, finished doing some more electronics, was getting some radios ready to do to the next lot. We've done some quick wins over here, starting to get through these piles finally. One thing that I need to get done before we get too cozy in this little corner is there's 2 bales of Levi's down here. I want to get them out because they will be processed before I go away. So I'm actually going to pull them out right now, and just so that they can be sorted, because if I don't see them I might forget. So I've got to kind of get in that little nook and cranny and make it happen. Alright, let's do it. Alright team, typical me, couldn't help myself, and we've opened up one of these bales already. So this is 45 kilos, so there should be about, usually there's about 60 in here. However, to be honest, the quality of these don't look too good, which is interesting because I believe this is actually it's from the same supplier, but it's from a different source. Anyway, I'm going to go through these. I'm not going to be super checking, I'm just getting them out of the way and getting them up there, and then have to actually go through, pull out things from pockets and do zips up and all that jazz. But for now, I'll just get them out flat laid. Alright team, that is a wrap. Started to make some progress here. I will continue this on tomorrow, and of course I've got the second bale there as well. We did find a silver tab in here, which is pretty cool, and who knows what else we'll find in here. There's a few old ones, there's some pretty interesting styles. The thing about this is you'll learn so much more about the different, so for instance, here's an orange tab. I was talking about this in my video last week. Orange tab 684. I'm pretty sure these are going to be Canada and made in Canada based on the type of tag, because they weren't made anywhere else. Yep, made in Canada. There you go. They're vintage. It's pretty cool. Orange tab. Alright team, I'm out of here. Ciao. Actually still here, folks. Wanted to kind of show you how much we're progressing already. So remember I said I got to count and figure out how much more washing we got to do to make sure that there's stock in place. Well, we've already moved all of this, as I said. That's halfway down already, and it's a bit on there. We've moved all this. That's still good to go. That's good to go. This is all good to go. Obviously, I'm making the space for the Levi's. There's going to be about 120 there. So, and then we've of course got all of this over here as well. But just goes to show, like, it can be quite deceiving. It looks like a lot, but really we're only sending about 150 items at a time to the washing. So it's not really a lot. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but yeah, just giving you guys a bit more perspective. Anyway, that's it now. Now I'm going. I've got to go drop off the post on the way home, and back here again tomorrow doing it all again. Ciao. And just like that, it was Tuesday. What's going on, folks? Hope you have had a wonderful evening, even though it's only been 1 second for you. My mentality is, it's like, hey, you're going for a week as well, and I hope your week's been going well. All right, so today, a few different things happening. It's 7 a.m. in early again, just dropped Carla off at the train station. Just get myself a cheeky little coffee over here. Just get this happening. There we go. So while that's doing, I'll just give you guys a bit of an update. So today I actually have a business meeting with a COO and CTO, and just working on some new business opportunities. This is actually with an existing client, but just, yeah, new interaction, new stakeholders, and some things that we're working on. Again, this is stuff that I've been playing really long term on. I had a question the other week around, you know, in specifics about the e-waste. You know, how do I manage to get that? And I said, look, that took 2.5 years. And for me, my focus right now, while we're early days into the warehouse, is setting ourselves up for success for the next 5 years, because we're here for 5 years. So what we want to do is make sure that we're putting in the effort, in the time and the resources, the investment, the money, whatever it may be, to ensure that we're going to be able to continue to show up every day, pay the bills, but increase revenue and profit, of course. That's really the key thing. So I've got a bit of that today. I've got to go out after 11 o'clock. So it's just me here today. I didn't have my photographer come in. Being a casual, I don't like leaving them here by themselves. Some of them do, some of them I don't, just, you know, depending where they are with the business. And I'll be back here, I'm not sure what time. So I've kind of left the afternoon open for that kind of opportunity, because, yeah. So that's that, I've got to do that. So this morning I will probably, I'm going to do a pick, pack and post. I am going to film another video that I've got to do in advance for while I'm away. And then we'll probably, might do a few more things over here, or we might just do the Levi's, get that done and dusted. Just that way, don't have to think about it as well. It was fun getting into that yesterday, and really just this week and next week is really just making sure we're well prepped for while I'm away, getting photos done, getting listings done or drafted, etc., and all those different things. So that's that. Sales have been okay. Yesterday we did about $970, and we've got a total of what do we got going out? We're on 88,894, so still up and down, and we've only got 10 orders, but it's probably about 16 items. A couple of people purchased some multi-quantity. We sold another batch of those wool knits again, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna get cracking on that, and I'll bring you along for the ride. Let's do it. Time to have a coffee. Jeez, I was almost tempted to go get one, but I figured don't need to. I've got one here. Oh, good stuff. All right, I'm gonna get set up. All right, team, I just finished doing another Work With Me, Get Wired podcast. If you haven't checked out the first one of those, I did it the other week, where I basically just sit down, cut wire that I have to process for the e-waste business, and I just, you know, do a Work With Me session. That was a 20-minute one that we did the other day, but I just filmed a 1-hour session, so that will be coming out. Probably drop that when I'm in Singapore, maybe, just so you guys get a little bit of extra content. But yeah, just got that done, did 1 hour there, just to process the wire. And look, I would love to hear your feedback on those. So once that comes out, or go watch the other one, let me know if you enjoy it, or if there's anything else you'd love to see from those. We've had a couple more sales come through just now as well, which is great. Another one of those wool sweaters, they've been doing great. I'm gonna have to get more of those, I think. Now I've got to leave here at about probably 11:30 for my lunch business meeting, and then I'll probably be back here in the afternoon. Of course, I've got to pick Carla up from from the train station after work as well. So we're going to do a pick, pack and post right now. We'll get this sorted, pull out all the items, and I'll show you what I've got going out, and yeah, we'll get into it, and then we can get into some other stuff. So I won't actually show you the picking, but I will show you the items that I've got going out, just for a bit of fun, and yeah, then we'll pack them all up as well. So let me just get over there. All right, team, these first 3 items are pretty cool actually. So it's 3 wool sweaters. I'm gonna go grab them, but they're just really cool. All right, so we've got, this is going to one customer, and they've paid up. They've spent over $270. This is a nice little Woolrich piece with the little American flag, which was really nice. We've got a Cabela's, this is vintage, the shooting brand or the hunting brand. And then we've got a, this is the colors of, yeah, United Colors of Bennington wool sweater as well. Really beautiful pieces. So grateful for the customer coming through and purchasing those. We've got a Ralph Lauren shirt going out here. This is just bread and butter now. Favorite thing to sell though. We've got another one, 14,250. This one, and coming back to the question that came from Darren, I think it was the other day, about keywords and things like that. This is a polo by Ralph Lauren, and it's also a linen silk blend, so making sure those things are in the keywords are absolutely going to smash it. That's gone for $81. That's posted. 14,190. Another one of the sweaters that we did the other week, Nautica pullover. That's gone for it's actually gone for $49. We've got some more polo. These are actually pajama pants. Actually, these are quite old, so nothing special on these. Then we've got a North Face micro fleece, and this is actually from my recent haul, the big 1,500 items that we got sitting in the front of the office. That one's gone for $41. That is a big crow. Jeez. Then we've got some Just Jeans actually going out. Simple stuff, just bread and butter. This has come from one of my suppliers locally. Then we've got a Country Road skirt, 14,743. Nothing special here, that just went for $18. There's some bread and butter Levi's as well, which is good because we're actually almost out of our Levi's, so then we're going to list all those new ones once we get them through the wash. This one's an interesting one. This is a bomber jacket, Rainbow West. Interesting jacket. Had it for a while, but it's actually gone for a fair bit. They've actually put Express on it as well. Yeah, there we go. Then we've got Queen's University, interesting. This one, and then we've got a little Obey tee going out. The Obey tee, yeah, just $30. And then we've got another wool sweater. There we go, and this one's gone for $67, so pretty happy with that. All right, let's get these packed up. I'm very happy with these, some really high ASP items going out, in the clothing that is, and which is a good thing because that's what we want, right? I don't mind selling a lot of this low-end stuff because it's just bread and butter, keeps things turning over cash flow, but this higher ASP stuff is where you get all the bigger profits, of course, which that's why we're doing it. All right, I'm gonna pack these up. All right, I had a question come in from Susan, and I was thinking of adding another item to eBay, either CDs or maybe DVDs. I'm doing books now. Is it worth adding one? And what are the pros and cons? This is a very interesting question. It's a really good question because it's an interesting, I guess, crossroad that a lot of resellers or eBay sellers will come across is like, what else can I be selling? Now, for me personally, we started with media, books and all that kind of stuff. And as we progressed and as I wanted to scale and grow, different for everyone, I realized for me to get to my goals and where I wanted to be, unless I was able to unlock some new level of sourcing, this is not going to be feasible with the way of how I was running my business. I couldn't get enough stock and product from my op shops and all those different things, charity shops and things. And that's why I then changed to clothing. And by doing that, I knew that I could get it on a more regular basis. I could find it in more places. I had new sources. I could call up, get it wholesale. And that's why we pivoted. And then from doing so, now that that's our core business and it just a machine, I'm starting to add in the e-waste and all these different things. But the e-waste, and this is where it gets really important. I'm sharing this to give you context of how I'll answer the question. So our clothing ASP is about $46. And we're doing about on average 25 sales a day. So I know where that lands. When it comes to the e-waste, I've actually added that in not as something that's going to be less value to my business, but higher value, because I get it on an irregular basis. So I want to be selling it on a higher amount, but the sell-through rate is quicker. So our ASP for the electronics is about $66, $67. And obviously I'm not listing as much. We're probably listing maybe 10% of our business, or probably 10% of e-waste. And that's on a weekly basis or whatever. So when I'm spending my time doing that, I know I'm going to be making more money for it, and I'm not getting it on a regular basis. So it makes up for those, dips. But the other thing is like, I never know what I'm going to be getting. So I want to make sure what I do get is going to be a higher elevated price. The other reason I added that higher price is because when the clothing is down, I'm not replacing it with something of similar value or lower value. I'm replacing it with something of higher value, which helps balance it out to a higher ASP. So with that in mind, my challenge to you is like, well, you got to look at it is like, by you adding CDs or DVDs or whatever, is that going to create more effort for little return or for a higher return? Because, if your ASP for books, it's probably around $25, $30, to be honest. It might even be lower. DVDs and CDs is probably going to be that $10, $15 mark at a mass market percentage. It really depends on, what you're selling. Is it sealed? Is it TV series? Is it sets? Is it bundles? Is it just individuals? It's a lot of work to be able to get that return. You also got to understand, well, how are you sourcing it and how much are you paying for the sourcing? For books, I'm expecting you're paying no more than $2 for a book, probably less. And for the DVDs, you're not going to want to be paying much more. You're probably going to want to be paying less. And if the ASP is lower, you're going to want to be paying lower. So you got to really weigh up is like, one, is this going, why are you adding another item? Is it to increase revenue? Is it just because you can't get enough stock? Wouldn't it the better idea be to like, okay, can I get more stock of my current category and dominate that before you go learn a whole new skill? Because you are going to have to learn it. You're going to have to understand, does it change processes? Does it impact, how I'm selling it in terms of, does it increase returns? Are there more problems? Is it going to cost me a lot more money? All those different things. But if the processes are already kind of similar for books, which it will be, that's maybe a win-win, but you still got to work out. It's like, well, if you buy 10 books and you buy 10 DVDs, which is going to sell quicker, right? On an average basis. Are you going to turn around those easier? Are you going to have a higher profit margin? So you got to weigh up is like, is it going to make you more money? Is it going to be worth it for your time? Or is it better off to just kind of double down on what you're already doing to increase your revenue? Or does it make sense to, bring in that additional revenue source that's going to maybe pick up on some of the days that are lower with your books? So look, pros and cons, there's going to be pros and cons around, is it worth your time? But I think the pro is like, sure, you're going to bring in more eyeballs to your store, but at what cost being the con? And if it's going to help you get to where you want to be, then sure, it makes sense, but it's going to be more work. You have to learn new things. If you already knew how to do it and you've already been doing it for a while, that's why I'm saying it might make more sense to, can you double down? Is it just a matter of finding a new source rather than trying to learn something else and find a new source? For me with the clothing, we went from predominantly men's, and then we've introduced women's. So we haven't changed category as such. We've changed subcategory, still same process, just different stuff coming through the women's, right? So that was kind of safe because I knew I can get it just as much from other places or the same places. We didn't have to change our process. We just had to learn some of the finer technical details around clothing keywords for the women's. For the e-waste, it's a little different because that's kind of like, I don't know what I'm getting. and it's low cost because it's consignment. I'm doing it as a managed service. You know, so we get paid from what we sell. So that's why it's super important there. Great question, really great question. All right, team, I'm just sorting some more of those Levi's from yesterday that I opened up. I have someone coming here from Backpacks shortly, so I'm just not really wanting to get into anything like too crazy, so I'll just sort this while I'm waiting. And then we're gonna leave in about an hour and a half anyway. So by the time they've come, we've had a chat, done all this, we'll pretty much be packing up. So we're back here again. This is gonna work. So what I'm doing is I essentially I used to show you guys this a lot, but we haven't opened these up for a long time, is essentially I just put them into the different lots. So this is the 512s, checking pockets, checking zips, all those different things, just so they're ready to go straight into washing, and then just taking off any tags that there may be, and yeah, that's essentially it. And then they'll get made up to bags. I do have to count all these as well, just because I haven't actually put them through the inventory yet. But yeah, so I figured I would do this with you guys. Some of these are a little ratty-tatty, but they'll clear up all right. Some of them, look, there is this new trend going around. It's not necessarily new, but it's somewhat new, called thrashed. And people like buying thrashed things, especially thrashed jackets. So that's a nice little keyword to keep an eye out for, like, especially with Carhartt. You get thrashed Carhartt jackets. They oddly do really well. But you know, there's a lot of trends out there. eBay obviously gives us that opportunity to sell to a lot of customers. Some people like finding things out in the wild. I'm always surprised by the amount of people that buy from markets and don't buy online, but it's because they like the experience, right? And obviously buying on eBay, you don't really get that experience. Here's a new with tags one, jeez. That's pretty cool. So these ones we might not have to wash. They don't smell. They'll just be sold as dead stock, like new old stock, sorry. How old are these? These are from 2016. So yeah, there is a little bit of staining on them. We'll see. I'll make that decision before we send them out. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to de-tag them and essentially put them through the wash. What have we got here? This is a 513. Interesting with the different models. I mean, Levi's is what got me into clothing. Levi's is, I love this, like I love just sorting them, love going through them, seeing the different models. I know there's some really rare models and sometimes you get lucky and you find them, but you know, it's not very often. But you know, it's going back to my roots. This is what got me into selling clothing. I used to sell Levi's if I found them in the op shops. They were the only clothing items I was really doing because, you know, they kind of, everyone knows about it kind of thing. I mean, they are saturated, it's very competitive, but if you get them at the right price and you can list them consistently, you know, you can sell them. Usually when we list them, you know, we sell, I mean, everything that we list actually, we sell about 20% within the first 7 days. So it's pretty good. The idea is we try and list all these in the 1 or 2 days, and that way we have people buy a couple pairs or whatever. Just works better. This is a 501, yep. Nice. $511s. So yeah, I mean, this stuff I love. Haven't done this sort for a while, but it just never gets old. I don't know. It's pretty funny that here I am just enjoying sorting through old smelly clothes, but you know, this is what comes back to a lot of the conversations that I have with all of you is like, if you love what you're doing and if you know what you're doing and you're getting the fulfillment out of it, you're gonna thrive so much more because you're just happy to be doing it. And I'm happy to be doing this. Like, I know it's crazy, but I'd rather do this than work for someone else when I was doing corporate. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved the corporate job. But for a longevity term, in terms of do I want to do it for the rest of my life? Well, I soon realized no. And I knew there's going to be another way to do it. And to think that, you know, this is where we're at, I'm excited to see where the next 5 years go, where we'll be at the end of this warehouse lease. You know, will we make it? Hopefully. But, you know, I'm pretty sure we'll hit $1 million within the next 12 months, I'm pretty sure. Like $1 million since starting. And what that tells me is if we've done that in 5-6 years, what can we do in the next 5 years? Because we're growing, right? So if we're growing at the rate we're growing, there's going to be some pretty good opportunities to come. And, you know, I remember when I couldn't imagine doing $30,000 in 1 month. And this, by all means, please, this is not me to say that I got it all figured out. I'm literally just soaking it all in. And we've done it, right? And, you know, it's going to be cool to be able to say one day, you know, we turn over $1 million in stock. That's going to be wild to think about, but it's definitely possible. 100% possible. And that would definitely be a goal long term. And it's not about that, oh, I want to make $1 million, but it's just the ecosystem and everything you create from that. You're supporting other businesses, you're giving people jobs, you're literally building a whole little infrastructure that is beyond yourself. It just blows my mind that you can do that. Anyone can do this, right? Anyone. You just got to be willing to write it out, play it out. And it'll be exciting to see what things we'll be doing in that time. I have some pretty exciting ambitions, and some of that, you know, is coming to life. Today we're having that meeting for the new business opportunities, and we'll see what comes from that. Jeez, it's exciting. I actually feel a little bit underdressed, but one thing I learned when I left the retail, hang on, let me just reset this. One thing I learned that when I left the corporate world, you know, there's a lot of structure, and it's a bit different now because since the pandemic. But, you know, like, obviously we'd never really be able to wear what I wear at the moment, because it's just not appropriate for whatever reason. But now that I work for myself, I get to define what is appropriate. And I understand going into another setting to, you know, dress to impress and all those things, but at the end of the day, we need to be comfortable in our own identities and being who we are. And that speaks volumes. If people don't like you because of what you wear or what you do, then there's a bigger problem there, because that's what's going to essentially enable you to thrive, by being yourself and being in your element. You know what I mean? Like, when we get stuck up in all this red tape and things that other people have to, you know, bind you by rules and things, it just gets ridiculous. It really does. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'll show you where we're at the end. And here's bale number 2. Oh man, I love this. It's just so good. Like, I don't know. Am I just crazy? Am I just weird? This stuff I just get so excited for. Literally what I've been talking about for the last 10 minutes already. It's just open up a new one and bam, bam. Let me know in the comments, what do you enjoy the most about reselling? Like, what is the fun part for you? I mean, this is like thrifting for me. I just love it. It's so good. Anyway, I'm gonna get this done. And we are done. 131 pieces. Actually, it was pretty good. Not many bangers, but there's a few in there which should go for $80, $70 maybe. Happy with that. I'm just gonna go put that into my sheet now before I forget. And yeah, good little session. Those will be going out for the wash over the next couple of weeks before I go away. And the focus there is to make sure that they're just going to be easy listings for when I'm away. So I'm going to put that into my sheet. All of this goes into inventory, and that's how we track everything, average cost of goods and things like that. And yeah. Whew. All right, team, it's almost time to go. Just been doing a little bit of admins and answering some questions for some customers. I'm actually going to make this table just to get it done, just because it's a quick win. And then it'll be almost time to leave. And we are done again. Woohoo! Woo! All right. All right, well, that's pretty much it. I'm going to get ready to go. I've just got to quickly write down some notes for some of the questions that I have for today for the meeting, and then I'll be getting out of here. It's all very exciting. All right, I'm just sitting here in the dark. I do apologize if it's a bit dark. Just something that's really encouraging. I check my feedback probably 5-6 times a day because, you know, if anything's wrong, I always want to get on top of it. And I just had a feedback come through saying, have bought many times from this seller. Everything is exactly as described and clean. So rare and so appreciated. Each one carefully folded and bagged separately. Pricing is great, so reliable. Can't wait to buy more. This kind of stuff makes my day, but it also reminds me of why I do what I do. We are very strict in how we try and do things. We try and bring the uttermost best quality, whether it being how we pack things, how we, you know, process things, how we wash things, how we photo things. We try and think about everything. Obviously, we're not perfect, right? We make mistakes and it happens. But it's feedback like this, which reminds me like we're achieving the goals we want to achieve. I sent this to my team. They're very, well, I sent it to one of my photographers, sorry. Didn't send it to the same. I just sent it to one of the photographers because I know this item they did specifically. And I said, I think you would appreciate this. And because this is their hard work that's gone into it, right? And it's a nice pat on the back, not for me, but for all of us, right? Because we're all doing the right things all the way from getting the item, like picking the item in terms of sourcing the item, washing the item, processing the item, quality checking the item, photoing the item, listing the item, packing the item, sending the item, all of that. We've done it right. And this is the stuff that just makes my day. That's it, team. I'm out of here. I'm going to go to my lunch meeting. Exciting. It's just opportunity. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao. All right, team, I'm back. It is now 3:13. What a day. Lots of chats, opportunity, conversations, all good things. Probably have to debrief on that a little bit later, but some of it's still lots of work to happen and things, but some great opportunities to come. So I've just got back. I'm just going to have something to eat quickly, and we've also got some more e-waste arriving, so that should be happening in the next 10 minutes or so. Yeah, lots of things just moving, so I'm just going to get this happening. Got to get that, and then I'll catch up with you all. But because it's late, I just want to get a few more things done before I have to pick Carla up and make sure I get all this sorted before, well, the end of day. So give me a bit and I'll get back to you. All right, got a whole bunch more. It wasn't a pallet. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boxes plus 4 media boxes. So I mean, it probably is the same as a pallet, but it just came loose. So I've just weighed it all actually. It's 3:43 now. I probably got to pick Carla up at about 5:30, probably 5:30. So the challenge of all this is I've actually got to process all of this before Thursday because they're going to come do a switchover of the media bins and all that, so we can wrap up before I go to Singapore. So I don't know if I'm going to do this right now or do some other things, but just got to get my senses right and then we'll get into it. Also, yeah, I'm probably just going to get straight into it. Just making sure there was nothing else that I had to do. There is some packages I could send as well, but maybe I'll just do that tomorrow. Anyway, give me a second. All right, we're gonna get cracking on some of this e-waste right now. If you're new here, don't know how this works, basically got to weigh it, sort it, and then anything we take gets taken out, and then we have to reweigh it so we know what's been taken in total, and then we sell it as a consignment kind of situation. There's a few things here that we're looking for. We're looking for like phones, we're looking for some cool tech, we're looking for iPads, we're looking for laptops, we're looking for video games. We keep all the wire, but really we do this to find new things as well, and it's really just to continue to avoid stuff going to landfill. The idea is if we can resell stuff, we should resell stuff. If we can recycle stuff, we should recycle stuff. Really just to get the best out of these items rather than just go straight to, you know, rubbish, hard waste or the ground. Most of it will get recycled anyway, one way or another, but we're just trying to do that the most effective way and cost efficient way. for the broader picture. So that's really the focus here. We've got tubs here of wire, we've got phones and stuff. I'm just going to quickly make some space for stuff I haven't finished up from last time, and then we'll get into it. All right, this is box number 1, and already off the top we've got a PS2. This is obviously parts not working, but that is a quick win. That's what I love to see. Let me grab my phone. Any wins we're essentially going to put in this other little box next to me. Just sort of separate the good from the bad, and then it has to go for another sorting process later, just until we get this set up right. So we've got PlayStation 2 we've got there, and then we're going to put the things in here. So let's see what else we've got here. A lot of rubbish. We've got to also cut wires and all that kind of stuff as well. So a lot of this actually all has copper in it. I should actually keep these and actually do a test run on those to see how much copper is in there, but that's getting pretty down to the nitty gritty. But some of these old ones also have brass, which is worth it as well. So lots of opportunities, but at the same time we want to do what's most cost effective for my time as well. But in the longer run, I've got to look at all these things because I'll eventually be paying someone else to do a lot of this. So we've got to work out how to get the best bang for buck out of that effort as well. So that's really what we've got to just put our time and attention to understand what's going to be feasible, what's not feasible. All right, we've got some phones. Beautiful. That's what we want. They're just cases. That's a calculator. It's a case. There's a phone. What do we got here? It's a phone. iPhone. What we got here? Cable. Interesting. That's just a little clock. Smiggle. Phone dock. Phone. It's the back of the calculator. There's the calculator. Calculators we do sell. They do okay. Some of them do, some of them don't. Just getting a message from a customer. Oh, and a message from Carla. She's on her way home. Sweet. Had a customer raise an item not as described. And first time, but it was a subjective one, so I'm covered anyway because they said we don't think it's fair, we don't think it's good condition, we think it's fair condition. Anyway, I'm just going to handle this. Give me a second. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, is that a PlayStation controller? Maybe not. Let's see. There's actually a bit of cable in here. That will just go into a cable pile and we'll sort that a little bit later. Interesting things. Cable. Okay. You know, I love this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff I did this at a very, 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 very small scale back during high school, actually, but it didn't really take off. So that's what intrigues me to do all this so much, because I wanted to do it when I was younger, and I couldn't make it happen. So now I get to make it happen. What have we got in here? We've got lots. All right, good. Yep, PlayStation 5 controller. Jeez. Maybe for parts. Oh, an old iPod as well. Jeez. It's a good one. Nice big phone, another phone, 2 phones. That's a hard drive that gets e-waste, e-waste. Just going to get this sorted with the customer. Another PlayStation 5 controller. Another phone. Again, all of this is parts not working most of the time, so it's not crazy stuff, but you never know. You'll be surprised. Let's keep going. Let's charge on and see what we can get done before I have to pick Carla. Oh, little camera. They'll go for about 25 bucks. Another little Nokia. Lots of goodies in here, actually. This is just box one. Cables, all cables. The Mac ones look broken. Don't really worth anything. See what we got here. The Mac one, that one's dodgy. Yeah, no, they're gone. Too far gone. Charger for Surface, I think. So I keep chargers now as well for one of my customers in case they can use it. Sorry, I'm referring to laptop chargers. That's all cable. Okay. That wasn't too bad, the first little box there. The question is it the best box of the lot? Or is that a sneak peek of more to come? Alright, so we'll clear this out and then we'll get the next box out. Alright, this is another interesting stash here. Lots of crap. But that's where you find the good stuff too. That's interesting. Alright, what do we got here? Got a little charger. Take that. Also collecting all camera chargers as well, because we're getting a lot of cameras now. There's an iron. Good grief. Jeez. The things people throw out, I guess it is e-waste. Alright. We'll just take the cable off this. Alright, what else we got? We've got another phone, Pixel. Dodgy headphones, nothing crazy. JBL Bluetooth. Phone. Spoon, jeez.
Not sterling silver, that's unfortunate. Another one. Would have been good if it was silver. Yeah, right. What have we got here? Sony, Cycle Energy. Okay, nothing interesting. Fork, I mean a knife. Jeez. Interesting things this time. Interesting things. A battery. Jeez. Ooh, there's a couple of Wii's. What is it? Netcom. Mouse. Battery charger. Cable. Did get some keyboards. Microsoft keyboard. Might work. Might be a good one for here. This one's a mechanical keyboard. Black Widow Razer. Jeez. Takes USB-C. I wonder if it works. Needs a clean, but I don't think it's worth anything. But I'll have a look before I throw it away. A lot of these things aren't worth it, but it's the only way to learn is you've got to check first until you have done it a number of times. What have we got here? Shaver. Jeez. Remote. Goes into our remote box. I've got another phone. Now it's a hard drive. Smoke alarm. Another phone. Got some good phones this time. That's good. Customers will be happy. What's this for a MacBook? Is that for a Mac? Yes. Hard drive. Alright, we've got 2 Wii's in here. So they will be for parts, or test anyway. What do we got here? Oh, DC car travel adapter. Interesting. Okay. Cables. Alright, that's kind of really it in that lot. Another phone. Nothing crazy. A few goodies though. Oh, AirPods. Empty. It's unfortunate. I don't know, who's going to buy pre-owned AirPods? I mean, it sounds pretty gross to me. Alright, this is mainly just wire now, so I'm just going to quickly sort this and then I'll get into the next one. Oh, hey, that works. That's cool. Sweet. Hello? That's alright. Never know what you're going to find. What does that take? To charge. Have to see if there's a charger for it. Alright, I'm going to get this all packed up and then we'll move on to the next one. Oh, there's another phone. Sweet. Alright, box number 3. It's an old phone. Got a phone here. Just trying to get through this as quickly as possible. I think I just dropped another phone in there by accident. crap. That's all right. Okay. Yay, nice old Nokia. Oh no, it's an old GSM. Oh yeah, not Nokia, GSM. Oh, HTC. Another phone. Oh, someone's cut the thing on that already. Oh, that's unfortunate. Someone's been pulling apart calculators in this lot. Dyson charger. Might be worth it. Another phone. We actually got a lot of phones in this lot, which is good. Pretty sure that's an Ericsson battery. Yeah. Oh, that's the battery for it. Maybe. There you go. Another phone. Phone. Nice. This was a good lot, a really good lot. Nice little camera. Phone. Sweet. Charger for my customer. And it's a 3x3. Apparently this is called a Mickey Mouse plug. I'm going to say that because my mate's going to be happy that I know what that's called now. Jeez. What we got here? Oh, old Canon calculator. I'm going to untangle this mess. Hey, we got a watch. Nothing special. Media. Some really cool stuff in here. Oh, these go really well. Haha, sweet. Alright, I'm going to continue with this. You get the idea. I'll show you what else we get. Alright, this is the last box for the day. I do apologise if you haven't been able to see this. I didn't realise it wasn't showing the right angle. Got lots of cables in here. It looks like there's a couple of Macs at the bottom of this as well. Sweet. This has been a really good one actually. Just trying to get all the wires out as quickly as possible, so we can just process the rest. Antenna we don't want. Cable. That's some really good cable actually. Heavy duty cable. Alright, here we go. What have we got? Another camera. Got phones, music player, hard drive, which obviously can't sell. Hard drive. iPhone, old camera, pretty beat up, but we'll see. Alright, we've got a laptop, a very old laptop, but we'll put that to the side. But I went through the rest. I've got one more. I think I've got one more I've got to go through. I didn't get there. I've got to go to pick color, but we've got a whole bunch of laptops in here, so my laptop guy's going to be happy. We got heaps more phones, iPhones, cameras. We got some Wii remotes in there as well, iPods. We got actually a fair bit today. It was pretty good. Lots of wire. Still got one tub there, and yeah, basically just got one more to go, and then I've got 4 boxes of media, which we'll probably do tomorrow or Thursday morning. They're coming Thursday morning to pick it all up, so good thing. I think out of the eBay today, there's probably another $800 to $1,500 worth. We'll see. I'll part it out over the next couple of days. Whew. Jeez, tired now. I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. I'll be back here early tomorrow morning. Carla's working, so I'll be here from, yeah, probably from 7 o'clock again. Just doing some big days to get things done, but I'm very grateful. In terms of how today went, really good. I mean, it was a bit more of a casual chat, just building rapport, and we chatted about some pretty exciting opportunities. I've got to go do a bit of, oh, there's a bug. I've got to do a little bit of homework to put forward a case and a bit of a pitch of how do I say this? It's probably like identifying a gap in a market and the potential value by tapping into that, and what it means for them, what it means for me, because they would be partnering with me to do it. I think it's a pretty exciting opportunity, but you know, all these things, there's always ideas versus, I mean, ideas and the whole expectation versus reality. So it may not be all glorious of what I expect, and I know I'm speaking in riddles, but that's because obviously I'm, you know, planning on doing something which, you know, I'm keeping to myself until we're able to lock it in and do it. So exciting times. It's all a bit crazy because of the timing, and then we're going away, but you know, maybe it's stuff I'll work on while I'm in Singapore in my downtime. So anyway, exciting times. I'm going to get out of here, go pick Carla up, and tonight's Nacho night. We've been watching Alone Australia Season 3, which has been great. We've also been watching Star Wars Andor. Also been watching The Last of Us Season 2. And I've been playing lots of Oblivion. So my cup is full. I said this last week, but everything that we're doing at the moment is just great. Exactly where I want it to be. We've got new opportunities. The business is still growing. There's just lots of positives happening, and I'm very grateful for it all. And then in my personal life, there's lots of things happening which are all good things as well. And we're traveling, we've got holidays coming up. Can't really complain, and there's still a lot of things that I need to get done and do and build and stuff, but we've got time. We've got time. That's it from me, team. I'll be back here tomorrow. We'll do it all again. Ciao. Folks, welcome to Wednesday, just like that. And today is actually one of the first cold days we've had. It's 11 degrees and I'm actually feeling it in here. It is fresh, so it's good to know what it's like to be in the warehouse when it's cold. Jeez. Excuse me. It's 7 a.m. Just dropped Carla off at the station, and I've just come straight here to the warehouse before backpacks. So I've got about 2 hours, two and a bit hours before I need to leave. So my focus this morning is I'm probably actually going to just go through some of those electronics that we got through yesterday. I do still actually have one more box. I might get that done, but I actually need to move a lot of that stuff anyway because I don't have space to do the final box. But it would be good to get a lot of those electronics on charge and things like that today as well, and hopefully even put up to be listed, if not today, then for tomorrow. So I want to get that done, and I need to send through the weights and all that stuff ASAP to the folks over there as well. So get that all sorted because I'll be picking it all up tomorrow. So that's focus today. I've got to finish up the washing bags today as well because we'll have a washing drop-off pickup tomorrow. And I do have a meeting after Backpack for Vic Kids, a quick one for something.
So I'll do that as well. And other than that, it's really just, yeah, keep charging on, trying to get through this stuff. I do have my photographer in today. They'll be here around 9 o'clock, 9:15, and excuse me, a bit tired. I've actually been extra tired, just there's so many things going on. And yeah, that's that. And probably later in the day, I don't think we're going to send the Levi's yet. We'll send that next week. I'll just continue to do all the stuff in the office. And then I've also got to finish my listings. So this morning, let's see what I'll do. Obviously, I've got to do a pick, pack and post as well. It's been kind of quiet. Dropped down. We're only averaging about $800 at the moment this week. Usually we're doing about $1,000. So a little bit behind schedule, but we did get some good sales yesterday. So a few people haven't paid yet, but hopefully they'll come through and we can then get a lot of these electronics up and get in those dollary dues, hey? All right, I'm gonna get set up. I've got to put you on charge and we'll get into it. All right, we managed to get quite a few lots in here, so we've got lots of iPhones. These are all just gonna be bundled up and I'll just go to my regular customer, the same for the phones. Cameras will work through individually. I've now done all the weighing, I've sorted all the boxes. Got to do the media boxes now. We've got 5 media boxes, so I've got to weigh them as well, then quickly sort them into CDs. Into this won't take very long at all. Probably about 10-15 minutes. About to do that, and then I'll send through all the weights, and that's all done and dusted. Then the only thing that I got to do is just pack them up, put them back onto the crates, nice and neat, and happy days. It'll be just interesting to see how much weight we got through all that, and I'll take you through some of those details shortly. I'm just going to get this media done very quickly, and I'll show you that it's all done. So we're going from this into here. Into here. Let's do it. All right, team. I've done all the I've done all the media now, and I've done all the e-waste. We've processed it. The total e-waste was 140 kilos, and there was about 89 kilos of media, rounding. It comes to about 230 kilos, which is about right. On average, we're doing about. Actually, that was probably a smaller amount. Usually, we get about 250 kilos of e-waste a week. So from the e-waste, we kept about 90 kilos, and going back is about 50 kilos. Media, we only kept about 6 kilos, and going back is about 83 kilos. So that's broken up. It's a pretty easy thing, and then I just send them some updates, break it down just so they understand what's what, and then we get into tracking it. Going forward, I will probably do a little bit more of a slighter detailed tracking component to all of this. Just so that we can trace the items from which box, which week kind of thing it came from. So I've got to work on that a little bit better, but that will probably be something probably from this round, not from the previous rounds, obviously, because it's already been processed. So the thing I love about this is you continuously refine it. You get a little bit better. You get the data behind it so you can work out what makes sense, what decisions to make. Is it viable? Should we be doing more of it? What doesn't make sense? All those different things. And that's really what I really enjoy doing with all of this. So yeah, I'm gonna send them the email now, and then I'm probably just gonna I gotta do a little bit of admin and do some listings before I gotta go to backpacks, which is in probably still don't have to leave for another 45 minutes or so. Yeah. Before I get, there was a question that came through from Traveling with Russell. Really appreciate the comment, mate. He said, "Wow, I'm the first comment. Thanks for the great uploads." He had a question saying, when I say we a lot, and except for my photographers, he wanted to know who are the other we's. And this is an interesting concept. So we's, yeah, I mean the whole entity of my business. So whoever's working with me now or present or whatever, you know, the photographers, I've got my listers, anyone that helps me achieve this is when I refer to we. But actually most of the time when I'm talking to you guys, I refer to you guys as team, right? You guys are you guys, I feel like I'm my shareholders or my stakeholders. You're my team. You're the ones that I'm reporting back to, keeping me accountable. And when I achieve something, I love to be able to share that with you guys. And that's like me saying, we have done this, because if you've been here part of the journey, well, you've helped me get here. So we are, you know, we have achieved this. So I am really referring to you and everyone else that messages and comments and watches. You know, we've got, at the time of me filming this, we've got 3,882 subscribers. So we have been able to achieve this, because none of this is possible, like me being able to document and share it and all those things, and have a bigger audience, none of that's possible if you weren't watching. So you are part of this team. And that's why I'm always referring to, hey team, thanks team, all right team, let's do this. So we is you and everyone that wants to be part of this community. So much appreciated, and all right, let's get back to it. All right team, I'm off to backpacks. I'll be back here in a jiffy. Ciao. All right team, it is 1:30. I'm back now. It's been a bit, had lunch as well. Just been getting all this stuff on charge while I go do the pick, pack and post. We've actually had quite a few sales come through while I was at backpacks, which is good. Kind of kick things up again. We've got a total of 26 items to go out. We're sitting on 88,998. We've had some pretty good sales, really good sales actually. We've sold a lot of those electronics, like some of the motherboards. We've sold some of those PVRs that we did yesterday, the MacBooks, some really cool stuff, and a 3D camera as well. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm gonna get picking on that, and I'll show you some cool things, and then get into some more work as well. All right team, we've got some really cool stuff going on. We've got this old vintage Mac and the floppy drive. That's gone for $318.20 posted, which is pretty cool. This guy's gone for about 45 plus postage. This guy went for about 45 plus postage, so I think it's about $60. Might be a little less than that. This guy's gone for about 55. This one's gone for 45. This is a $20 camera. This was a $150 camera. This is a 3D camera actually. Then we just got bread and butter clothing and bread and butter clothing, and we've actually just had another sale come through as well, which is good, and I'll put that through the process right now. I haven't paid yet, it's just come through. But yeah, pretty happy with all this kind of stuff. And what's great is we got this, last week, got that last week, got this the other week. This one we got last week, this one we got last week. So the electronics are really starting to pay off. And we've actually been having a bit of a dip with the clothing, and that stuff really helps fill up that gap. So let's get it packed up and go do some work. All right team, postage is done. We almost got all this charged. We're making up some lots now. I'm going to do all these photos today. Same for the cameras. While that's finishing, I'm just going to actually stack these up and get them ready for pickup tomorrow. So I'm going to do that now. All right team, I'm just trying to rush to get a few things done, but we've done 11 lots out of these, and we're actually starting a new bit of a SKU system to be able to track really more closely to the items that come out of certain boxes, so we can track it per weight and how much we're making in terms of that value, just to be able to play back those kind of stats. So this box will continue to have more stuff that comes through, and it will go into this box. This box will be labeled based on a date kind of situation, and like we've got the Wii's here still that we're going to pull out. We've got the PlayStation and a few other things that I haven't pulled across yet. But they will then go into this one, and it's just going to keep it consistent. So it is going to change up a little bit how we SKU things, but the SKU box can then just be updated as we need to go. So excited to trial that. Just trying to get accuracy of data as much as possible. Yes. All right, it is 4 o'clock. I've got to leave here probably at about, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes or more or less. So I'm probably going to go make up bags of washing, because that's getting picked up tomorrow morning. So yeah, and then tomorrow we'll finish off there's a MacBook here as well. Actually got to send these to my mate as well. He's going to come probably get some laptops, so I better do that too. All right team, I'm still here. It's actually 10 to 5. Carla's got train delays, poor thing. So I've just finished doing all of the bags. So they will go out tomorrow over the weekend and come back on Monday, and I'll give some more, and then we'll have more come back on Thursday, and we'll give some more, and then that will come back on Monday, and my photographer will take that in, and yeah, that will be the main strip. So next week we will continue to send, probably Monday we'll send a whole bunch, and then we'll do Levi's and all that. Don't think we'll fit all the Levi's in 10 bags. Anyway, I'll figure that out Friday. Whew, not too bad. All right team, that is a wrap. Carla's finally on her way back, so I've just got 20-minute notice, so I'll go pick her up now from the train station, poor thing. But that is a wrap of Wednesday. We've got tomorrow, we've got lots happening tomorrow. I've got people coming, drop-offs, pickups, everything. Both my photographers are here tomorrow. One will be doing some sorting, one will be doing photos. It's all happening. Just trying to get as much done as possible before we go. And I'm pretty happy with this. We're actually going to finish the month pretty strong. It might actually be our second best profitable month ever. It might even be our first, because back in January, I originally had said we had done $10,000 profit, which was correct. But then when I do my quarterly BAS statements and reviews and audits and stuff to make sure we're getting everything correct, there was some expenses that were missed. So it actually wasn't 10,000. We actually did less than that. So this month, if depending how we go for the rest of the day, like it's only 5 o'clock or 5:20, we may actually do our best profit month ever, which is pretty cool, because I mean, here we are in a warehouse and things are starting to pay off. But enough on that. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I gotta go. I will see you in a jiffy. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Thursday. It is cold this morning. I've actually got my Sherpa. It's actually, yeah, she's a bit nippy. All right, team, it's Thursday. We've got lots happening. Just to recap, if you guys haven't really been watching the whole video and you've jumped to this day, that's fine, all good. So I have both my photographers in today. I've got one coming this morning. They'll do their photos, and then half day they're going to switch over to do something else, and the second photographer will be in and be doing photos. That's just timing, and it's just worked out well. So one thing that I'm getting my other photographer to do today is helping sort through a whole bunch of wholesale stuff that I'm going to be putting up for offer. It's probably going to be like 25 item lots. It could be 50 item lots, but probably starting with the 25 items, and that way if people want to add more, you can add more. I've just got to do a little bit of feasibility with that, make sure I can package it, sell it, process it, easy, la da da da. Some of it might be bundled, some of it might just be teas and things like that. So just some bread and butter stuff, really, just to move some stock before we get to the end of financial year. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, let me know. Obviously, I'm about to go away, so some of that probably wouldn't start going out till, end of May, early June. But just stuff to stock up on for the new financial year for you guys potentially, or other people. Anyway, so I've got the washing coming back this morning. It should be here in about an hour or so. It's 8 o'clock, not here as early, but done my listings for the day. We've got washing going out. That was the stuff that I prepped yesterday. I have a consignment drop off today. I've got the e-waste getting picked up. Don't know if there's any actually coming back, because I think that's the rest until I get back from Singapore and Gold Coast. I've got to finish processing those electronics that we pulled out yesterday. I've got to do some of the MacBooks. The other things that I've got to do today is work through more stuff over there. So really just keeping things ticking over. We do have obviously a pick, pack and post session. We only got about 6 sales at the moment. I do actually need to get some more packaging down from up there. I'll do that a little bit later once things are being picked up. Might have to do that tomorrow. I've got to move a few things here as well, just to get all set up ready for my my guy to do the sort. And there's some other things that I'm probably going to liquidate as well. Just get rid of it. It's been sitting there for so long, it's just not worth being here, and I can probably use the space for more of the electronics as we start to ramp up on that. And yeah, so all good things. So that's that. What else did I have to do today? I do have a pickup that I got to do on the way home for something else, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get started. We're actually in a pretty good position at the moment. I've just really got to get straight into things. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to post till a little bit later in the day. But yeah, I think there's some quick wins in here that we'll continue to go through, and might even do a bit of a cleanup over there as well. So never a dull day. Anyway, let me get set up. It is cold, and I'll just get ready for the day, and then we'll get cracking. All right, team, we've got all the washing back. I'm just going to take this out, start to flat lay it. It's actually 9:30 now. I've been doing a few other bits and bobs, and we'll get cracking. All right, team, just been doing some radios. Did a couple in here. We did some PlayStation controllers. We did the Mac. We did some video games. I've got that to go. I'll do this one. I've still got this one. And then we'll do a few things in here, and yeah, we'll probably do postage after lunch. Alright folks, we're going to do a pick, pack and post. It's now 12:30, and I just figured I'd wait as long as possible to see how much we've got going out, because we don't actually have a lot going out. We have a total of 14 actually, not too bad.
and we're still on 88,839, so just maintaining that at this point. Got some interesting things going out, which I'll show you once I've pulled it all out, but I'm going to pull it out and show you what we got. Alright, so we're still selling lots of the wool knits that we've been processing over the last couple of weeks. But the cool thing that we have sold this week or today is this little CPU. Parts untested, things sold in like, I don't know, 6 hours maybe. It's only gone for, I think it was only like $40, but I'm happy with that. Like, it's just the turnover, really little effort. Of course, it's gonna still, and they've paid postage for it, $11 postage. This one has gone for $33.70. They used the coupon that we had, but originally it was a bit higher than that, so I'm happy with that. I mean, if I can keep getting more of this stuff and salvaging it, and we can sell it, it's going to be worth it just for quick, easy, passive on top. And that was from parting out something rather than just selling the other thing as parts only. So definitely worth it. Alright folks, postage is all done. Just been getting out video games stuff that we'll be getting ready for the next batch of things to get done, and finally getting over here to setting up this screen. So I've got 2 of these. This is one, and the other one's going to get mounted over here so we can do stuff in the middle. The other thing I thought of about mounting it right next to it and then here, so I'm just going to have a play with this right now. I've got to move this as well, but we're finally getting this set up. Tell me what game it is without me showing you what game it is. Alright folks, it's been one of those days where doing lots and lots have changed and doesn't always go as planned. So I have managed to set up this little station over here. Have tested our PlayStation, did some, we did the 6-disc CD player, and we did the, what was the other thing that we did? Yeah, so we did this one, the Technics one, and this guy down here as well. And we've done quite a lot of listings of the other electronics, which is great. And then I've had my other photographer go through and start making up some of these boxes of stuff. So we've got like a $30 plus ASP, we've got 25, then we've got a 20, and then a 20, and then another 15 kind of thing. And that's with plus postage on top. That's just mainly tees and sweaters. I've still got to do shirts, just clearing out some older stock stuff that we had from last year that it doesn't really owe us much now anyway. So just trying to make up some lots to just get some cash flow happening. And yeah, so I'll probably continue to work on this over the next, tomorrow probably. I'm about to wrap up from here. I've got to go run some errands, but yeah, it feels like a pretty good day because we're actually getting ahead of all this stuff. We sorted out all this. I said we've got the video game stuff ready to go as well. The e-waste didn't get picked up, so that's coming Monday now, but just usual stuff. Things get delayed and change. We've got all these getting looked through tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought there was something else, but I still got to make up washing bags tomorrow as well. So still lots of things to be done. I'm starting to pack up now so I can leave, and yeah, anyway. Alright folks, that's it for me. I am out of here. I'll be back here again tomorrow and wrap it up for Friday, but not too bad. I'm pretty happy with today. Ciao! And folks, welcome to Friday. And you know what that means? We have the boss with us. Woo-hoo.
Morning.
And we've got some breakfast, some coffee. Today, Friday, as I said, so the focus today is just to continue to progress stuff over here. We've got a little bit of pick, pack and posting to do. I'll probably do a little bit more stuff on the wholesale over there. I actually need to make space over here because I need to get stuff from down up there. And I do have a photographer in this afternoon, which will continue on with all this stuff. We're getting through this pretty quick. And I don't have to do the jeans today, but I do need to make up another, I do need to make up another 10 washing bags. So lots happening. Don't think the e-waste is getting picked up today. That's going to be pushed to Monday, I believe. So pretty cruisy day. I do have 2 people coming today, one for some wholesale laptops and another one is a consignment drop-off. So we're going to have breakfast and then get into it. Carla's working from the office, so always a pleasure.
Ciao.
Ciao.
All right, team, it is now 9 o'clock. I'm getting started. We're going to do a pick, pack, and post. Oh, I feel like I need to sneeze all of a sudden. I've got my laptop guy coming. He's coming at 10, so I've got an hour. Oh, excuse me. So, I'm just going to start to pull out a few things, get started on that. We do have 18 orders going out, so it's probably about 22 items. We've got shirts, cameras. I did have a big order come through last night of another $700 worth of those phones we did the other day, but they haven't paid yet because I think we're going to list a couple more items today. So they'll probably combine postage. So I'm going to just start pulling some things out and then we get cracking. But I did have a question that came through from Darren. Darren, you asked really good questions. Thank you, sir. That I figured I would quickly just answer while I remember. Regarding your holiday, have you done any preparation in regards to scheduled listings, more drafts, etc., and do you have a plan to revive your store when you're back? Have a great week. So the plan is, so we're not scheduling anything. So my photographer is still going to be working. One of them's away. The other one, which works out, not too bad because I will have low cost for the month while I'm away as well because we'll have lower sales. But I will have my main photographer here a few times a week. And we're really just backlogging as much washing as possible. So as you've seen, we've been ramping it up, sending it out every time. I'll be sending out 90 kilos of Levi's in the next, probably next week as well. And that will give them enough to cover them while I'm away. So they're still going to be doing those photos. While they're doing those photos, I'm still doing my 40 listings a day. If we run out of, items, because my lister John's going to be doing this obviously as well, and then I just send them live. If we run out of listings, I'll just work through doing some revisions and stuff like that. I think we might run out just. If we do, it is what it is, but it's not a big issue. In terms of so the store will be in time away, but to help mitigate that, we'll be running some sales at the same time, and then when I get back, I'll probably have my new delivery of e-waste, which that will probably really help boost the store with some sales, especially with regular customers. So I'm not too concerned by it. I think May is going to be a lower month anyway. I mean, we did 1,100 yesterday, and we're on track today to probably do about another $1,200 or $1,100. So if we can keep as much as possible before I go away, we'll get a good head start. But look, I mean, I'm not too concerned. It's the beauty is being in Singapore and being away and being able to work from the laptop. I can monitor it all, right? And if I can send offers, I won't be able to send certain offers at certain times because I don't want to. When you're in time away, you can't send offers. And if you send an offer and someone accepts, you have to send it, even if you've got time away on. But if they send an offer, you accept it. You don't have to send it till the time away is done. So that's something I'll have to just turn off and auto accepts and things like that. So I won't probably send offers until like 24, 48 hours before I get back because, I have 3-day handling, so it's a bit safe. That's that. I'm going to pick these items and get into it. Great question. All right, nothing super crazy going out. We do have a couple of international orders. I always love selling low-end items international because you end up getting a higher price than you would have got locally, so that's always good. We did sell a couple of these cameras. That's gone international. That one's gone for $90, and this one's gone for like 35, 36. And then just bread and butter kind of stuff in here as well. One thing I will say is, and I'll talk about it later in the end of the day, is how we landed for April in terms of numbers. We've done really well. It wasn't our best, but still very good. But it was our best month with the consignment stuff and for the managed service that we've been doing for the e-waste. We've actually, we 70% of this month's consignment with the e-waste came from stuff from this month alone, which tells me, and that was like we grew by, well, actually I can give you some of the numbers actually, so you can get a bit of an understanding of why it was so important to take over and why I think it was worth it for my time and their time. Because for me, it's not really, I mean, look, we've had to uplift, we've had to do a few more processes and stuff, but the payoff has been super beautiful. So put it this way, before we took over the process, before we took over the process, we were basically averaging, this is top level revenue, this is not profits or shared profits or anything, this is just revenue
particular to the e-waste. Prior to, so really March and April is when we took over, but prior to that, the average month for the last year was about 2,900. And then in March and April, the average has been 6,000. So we've doubled. So it's a huge uptick. Yeah, so we did just shy of $7,000 worth through the e-waste just in April alone, which that tells me that it's definitely worth it. Anyway, I'm gonna get packing. All right, team, postage is done. I had my customer here. He was actually here for 2 hours. We're having a big chat and just working on a few other things and, you know, ideas and dreams, and it's really good. Really love the banter. Really appreciate it, mate. Thank you. So purchased a whole bunch of laptops for $135. Nothing crazy, but, you know, good enough for him, good enough for me. We're all both happy. Geez, it's 12:30. Got to nick out and grab some lunch shortly. My photographer will be here soon as well. Things that I need to do, there is a few more things that I'll probably post before the end of the day. I do need to process this, or start to keep doing this. We also have opportunity over there as well to do so. Just got to get my headspace into what I'm going to spend the rest of the day doing, and go on from there. All right, team. Been on the phone with eBay, dealing with a case management. I had a call for the e-waste, and then I had someone come from Backpacks to do a pickup for some of the stuff we've been selling for fundraising, and then had lunch, and it's been wild. We've had a whole bunch of more sales come through, so I'm going to get them done now, so it's all done before the weekend, and then I'm going to probably continue to do that wholesale stuff and pack laundry bags. But some good news is we're back on 90,000 total, which is good. Finally got here, and we've got heaps of goodies going out. We've got a whole bunch of phones, big bundles going out as well from one customer. This one, this one as well, and then there's a couple of iPods in there going out as well. So very grateful for that, about 760, and then we've had a whole bunch more sales come through as well. We did also sell the 2 Zeldas. These ones went for, I think it was 70 to the same buyer, so very happy with that. I'm going to get these packed up and then get cracking. All right, folks, I have finished sorting all of this. We got 22 in this lot, and we've got 80 plus in this lot. Basically there's 100 there. It's probably a bit more. It's probably actually close to 110 because I kind of always undercount just to be safe. That's all like button shirts. We've got like Wrangler in there. We've got Tommy Nautica. There's some Guess. There's Woolwich. There's a bit of everything. Just excess stock that we had originally been rotating for the market, and I don't really want to put it back through the system, so I'm just moving it. So that stuff, it'll be just cheap. If that's something you're interested in, 100 of them, roughly, button shirts, short and long sleeve, probably 90% A grade, B grade being maybe a stain or missing button, then hit me up. If you're really keen, I can do that next week. And then all this stuff, this is all tees and sweaters. That stuff I got to kind of like handpick. I mean, if someone wanted to buy everything, it would be cheap as chips, really. But like, it's just this kind of stuff. It's nothing absolutely crazy, but all bread and butter. I mean, we've kind of got 25 ASP, as I said the other day, 20 ASP, 20 ASP, 15 ASP, and then hopefully plus postage on top. This stuff is probably $20 to $30 ASP plus postage. Some of it will be 30, some of it will be 20. Some of it there might be a few bigger wins in there as well. If someone wanted to buy everything, like in there, there's probably, there's a $30 ASP. There's probably, in these ones, probably easily another 100 to 150. 150 or so. We'll do a good deal. Anyway, hit me up. I'm not going to go, it's not for hand picking or anything like that. This is all just like Disney. And then you've got lots of, Disney, NFL, sports and stuff like in that one. So anyway, let me know. I'm going to
pack up and get out of here. I've got to go do my postage run. I actually think I'm going to be here tomorrow to sort stuff, because I just had a big last minute consignment lot dropped off, which is going to need to be sorted before next week. So there's more clothes and just stuff to consign as well. So I've got to go through all of that. But I might come back in tomorrow and get that done, and then just clean up for the next week, because next week we're not going to have the luxury of time to be mucking around. So anyway, that's that, and I'm going to go do the post. Ciao! Woo, folks! All right. This week, I feel like this week has been a bit of a slow-moving but well-productive kind of week, and it's probably that same thing that I get frustrated with over the last few weeks, when I'm not doing physical, tangible work, but get stuck doing other stuff, which the other stuff is really important, mind you. That stuff is kind of like, business development, planning, strategizing, communicating, building rapport, working on partnerships, all that kind of stuff. Just, having conversations with customers or ongoing customers or clients. That stuff is absolutely super key for the future. But, obviously it doesn't help me today necessarily, because the stuff that I have to get done on a daily basis. But, that doesn't happen all the time. And this week it was just a lot of it. Like today, I haven't really done anything. Like I've had people come, these are all good problems. I've had come to a wholesale deal for the laptops, then I had, had some calls, and then I've had a few other calls regarding some of the e-waste stuff, and then I've had visitors, and then I had consignment drop off, and a lot of that I enjoy to spend the time communicating and having great conversations with these individuals, because that's how you build respect and how you build, ongoing business. And that stuff goes a long way. But I just feel like I haven't really gotten everything that I wanted to get done. It's been a bit of a slower week, and I was chatting to actually my computer wholesaler today about this, that when things slow down, I get a bit nervous, because I get comfortable knowing like, oh well, there's nothing crazy going on, and then as soon as we get chaos or craziness, it's go 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 go. So I feel like that's what this week has been. But reflecting on the whole week, the week's actually been huge win in terms of the opportunities that are coming. And when I say opportunities that are coming, this could take 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or over the next year. So really just starting to plant that stuff really deep, hoping that it's going to sprout and help blossom in the coming months or year or quarters. So that's where my headspace is. Otherwise, the week, if we recap on the week, the lesson is like there's always going to be ebbs and flows of things. I haven't really been thinking about financials this week. Like, we're probably averaging about $1,200 a day at the moment. I'm sitting on $1,400 today. We did $1,100 yesterday. It's pretty good. Like, and to old man, he dropped a message comment, really appreciate it, and he was saying that I haven't really been talking about the financials in terms of the stress around we've got to hit this, we've got to do that, because I'm just so focused on forward thinking. And that's very true. Like, we did land, and I'll bring it up on screen shortly, but March ended up pretty good. I can't remember if the number's 4.5 or 5.5 profit. Obviously, sure, it's not crazy, but like it's definitely good with everything that we're doing and building towards. So I'm very, very happy with that. Very happy with that. Whew. Lots of things on my mind. Now, I'm probably going to have to go back to tomorrow. I'm going to go back and I'm going to continue sorting through all that stuff. I'm still going to make up my washing bags, but I'm probably not going to film it. I'm just going to get in and get it done. If I do film anything, maybe you'll get a little bit of after, post-credit scene or something. But, look, I'm happy with the week. There's lots of things happening. Next week will be, I'm trying to avoid next week being chaotic, because next week I go away. And it means my content's going to be a little different. It'll be shorter. I don't even know how I'm going to get that to you guys, because I'll be flying half the time I usually do this. So anyway, I'll worry about that next week. Financials. This week, I think we're going to shape up to probably land between $7,000 and $8,000. Happy with that. And in terms of, so that's a good start to May. May, we're probably sitting on, it's the 2nd already. By the time you're looking at this, we're probably sitting on $4,000 or $5,000 already. So very grateful for that. But if we have a look at April results, I don't think I said March before. I'm talking about April. April landed pretty good. Like,
we did about 31,500. Again, I'm just going off memory, I don't have it in front of me. And net profit was around 4.5 or 5.5. I think it was closer to 5.5. And brings it out to like 19, 20% around there somewhere, which again, very, very happy with this. May's going to be interesting because I'm going to be away, so this will be a big tester. I'll still have people working, but not everyone. So we'll have some lower expenses, but then we're paying rent. So all these different things, all good problems. But that's that. I mean, like, if you've made it this far, the keyword we'll talk about in a minute, but for the winner for last week, here you go. Not many of you actually participated in it, so the winner, congratulations, the odds were in your favor. Make sure you get in contact with me, send me Instagram of proof that you are that person, or send me an email. You can get my email address from the About Me section in YouTube. Code word for this week is break. I'm taking a break, so I feel like it's a fitting word. And yeah, break. B-R-E-A-K. Break. Tell me, when was the last time you took a break? Or are you excited for a break that you're about to take? I don't know. Bring it into a conversation somehow. Anyway, team, I'm off to drop the post off. I've actually got to pick up another deal, my weekly one, and then Carla and I are going out for dinner. Just going to take it easy and enjoy the night. So appreciate you all. If you had any questions, chuck them down below. Otherwise, we'll be back here again next week, doing it all again. And I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Ciao.